It's playoff time here at the 2025 Canadian Mixed Doubles Curling Championships. Coming at you live from Summerside PEI. We started with 32 teams. We're now down to the final 12, including these guys. Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman taking on Marley Powers and Luke Saunders. My name's Brian Schick, and with me today in the booth, we've got Peter Gallant, who's been watching this closely all week, I'm sure. Peter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Brian. Nice to join you here today. Looking forward to a good matchup here. All these curlers are fresh off Briar appearances and Scotty appearances, so should be a good game.
All right, Maro.
Do you like this oak turn?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What do you think?
I think 14-8, probably 415, 420.
Edge of 8?
Yeah, it's positive.
Both teams in this matchup started with
Line only.
coming into the playoffs with 5-2 records. Pre-game
Line's
throw of the
good.
button.
Wait,
Gives the
Line's
hammer to
good.
Peterman and Gallant.
Wait, skid.
Yep.
Line only.
Always straight. Line's good. Line's good. Straight. Straight, Luke. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Marley, nice start.
Pretty much
Shot.
Deadlocked.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move it a hair?
Just freeze. 14-7 on hers.
A little bit for line,
Okay,
Brad.
should be lots of weight. Back 8, back 12,
Clean?
back 8.
Yep! Yep! Yes! Hard! Hard! Hard!
D-line.
Hard!
Big scrub from Brett Gallant. Not enough to sneak it by.
He's
gotta
fooled
come
a
this
little bit
way.
on the weight there, Brian. He was calling T-line.
there you go,
Might not
Peter.
have gotten there.
What?
So, Peter, I'm sure you've been there all week watching. What are your takeaways of the event through the round robin?
Lots of good curling, Brian. The ice has been excellent. Lots of curl.
Lots of room right now.
Slight difference here to the curling club, I
Where?
believe. Some of the curlers are said, so
Good.
they have to make adjustments when they're
good.
going back and forth for sure.
Curl.
But overall, surface is really good. Speed's good.
Curl. 14-8.
All the games from here on out will be in the
Right on
arena.
top
We've
of it.
A
got
little bit.
Whoa. Whoa,
this is
whoa,
essentially
whoa,
the
whoa,
round
whoa.
of 16 to play into the quarterfinals, and then later today we will have quarterfinals with semis and finals tomorrow, all on the arena ice. Two nice opening shots there from Powers and Saunders, locked on the button, and Brett's going to try to clean it up here.
Yep! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Good.
That's about the best he could have done with that setup. Long run back, almost double.
Yeah, no question. You're trying to get those off the pin, give yourself a little bit of space.
Line's good.
Luke Saunders and Marley
feels good.
Powers also 5-2
Running.
coming out of the
Wait's good.
D pool.
Curl.
A lot of
Where?
really good competition in these pool
Curl.
matchups, so
T-line.
a lot of teams
14-9.
are beating up on each other in those early rounds.
Yep, 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 yep.
Leave it, Marley. Call line.
Good. Nice shot.
The pools were tough, Brian, and in Brett and Jocelyn's case, they were 1-2, I think, after the first 3 games, so they're up against the wall and had to win their last 4 to put themselves into this position.
They fought their way through, and Ontario's Kira Brunton and Jake Horgan ran that pool undefeated, which means that they're playing pretty well. All of the pool winners got direct berths into the quarterfinals. The next 8 records overall find themselves in this round, that quarterfinal play-in game.
Line's good. Where?
Weight's good, tight.
Okay, whoa, just let it work a bit.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
What do you need?
Split the line. Curl a bit. Curl. Curl. Whoa, whoa. Yep, curl, curl, curl.
I think you're good.
Great shot.
Still run.
Well-placed guard from Luke Saunders. That's actually really tough to do on this ice surface, considering how much it curls as the rock slows down. From the hog line in, it's really going sideways. So if you misjudge the weight by a foot or two, you're missing the line by a full rock or more.
Yeah, you really have to trust that it's gone almost 45 degrees the last 10 feet. So you have to trust that you get that finish at the end.
Most of the misses that I've seen all week have been on the over curl side. Not very many have been missed on the straight side unless the weight's been too much.
Especially from the teams that haven't quite had as many games on this type of surface, using a little late sweeping calls on some hits. And
High.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
big shot here for Brett.
Sorry, hun. Good throw.
Still better than it was, but leaves Red sitting too. He's just trying to create a little bit of space around that 4-foot area.
As long as we're deeper than that guy.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of these teams will have experience on this competition arena ice. We see Luke Saunders right there, just got done playing in the Briar. Also, Jocelyn and Brett have mountains of experience on this kind of surface, but we did see some of the teams from the less experienced teams that didn't have that pokey release, weren't throwing enough rotation, and really lost a lot of shots to that overcurl.
Find your weight.
It takes a while to grasp it. It's just night and day from what you normally get in the curling club to getting on arena ice with that finish you were talking about earlier.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Oh, Marley Powers playing out of the Halifax Curling Club, looking to slip it on the draw into the top of the 8-foot, maybe bite 4.
Whoa, line's good. Whoa, just let it sit. Bite the 4.
Really put a lot of pressure on Jocelyn's last shot here.
Whoa.
Okay, Marley, good spot.
Just a fraction too deep, perhaps.
Just come here.
Yeah, slid a little bit deep. Now Jocelyn can follow her down and potentially tap her just a little bit for 1.
This is a shot.
Even if the freeze is made, it will cut Powers and Saunders down to 1, which I'm sure is a result that the Peterman Gallant could live with.
Yes, I'm just try the button.
I think that was the call too, Brian. Just
quite a few here, so.
Make sure you're cutting them down. When you're looking at 3 like this, you don't want to risk throwing any kind of weight at it.
Yeah.
Holding the 1 is a good result after the end.
I imagine once they know the line is good that Brett will be pounding it to try to get that extra couple feet of weight out.
For sure.
A little heavy.
I'd say back 8.
Oh, then Brett.
Back 12. Back 8.
Clean. Whoa, curl.
You need it.
Curl. Curl.
Brett trying to carve this one over, has a long way to go. Needs to get a good chunk of this red. Does not get enough, and it will roll too far. That is a steal of 3 right off the bat for Marley Powers and Luke Saunders. We'll be back with second end right after a short break.
The Canadian Curling Trials. A thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, We take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
From cash spiels to Grand Slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
A little extra weight there from Jocelyn, and that is one that doesn't quite curl up enough. A steal of 3 on the board right out of the gate for Powers and Saunders.
What do you think, Marley?
Felt a little heavy.
Yeah.
Yep, hard
Line
line.
only.
Yep, hard.
Heavy.
Hard line.
Heavy.
Hard line. Whoa.
Real heavy, Marley.
Whoa.
Back
Yep,
12.
we're tight to the guard. Whoa. Yep, whoa. Whoa, wait only. Wait only.
Hey, Marl.
$14-5, and she was back 8, back 12.
That's only the 3rd time this week that Brett and Jocelyn have given up a 3-pointer. They have not given up any 4s or any 5s. So in mixed doubles, that's actually not a bad number.
See back 4.
Yeah, line.
It's very well played in by Saunders and Powers. Had the pressure on right from the get-go, and it's a nice start for them.
Yeah, line.
But as we always say in mixed doubles, there are so many big numbers on both sides of the scoreboard that a 3-point lead is never safe, and especially early in the game.
Well, looking around the other games going on, 3 of the 4 games started with 3-unders.
Line's good. Line's good. Top 4, line's great.
Gotta go.
Take a look.
Weight's good.
Straight. No, line's good. Line's good. Yep. Hard. Right to it. Keep going. Nice shot.
So this is pretty much your typical mixed doubles setup, just a lot of come around draws to tap and freeze on the button on the forefoot, and it's all about who makes these just a little more precisely and gets the angles working for them instead of against.
Line's good.
Top 4.
The precision at the highest level is just so impressive. Just
Not
how
much.
top players seem to be able to put it on a
A
dime.
little.
Line's good.
Little bounce.
Nice.
A good example there.
14-4.
Think you want to corner the yellow, right?
Yeah, you could also try to tap that. Yeah. Sure, it's okay.
Looks like Saunders just looking for a freeze on that top yellow. Follow Brett down.
Okay, weight's good.
Line's good.
The angles are good for Brett right now.
Yep.
Luke will
Yep,
get one on,
hard line.
locked on there.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Curl a bit. Curl. Nice shot.
We mentioned this surface is just so nice. You can sweep it, you can hold it straight, you can get the big curl. It really makes all of the shots available for you, and that was just a nice example of a couple of well-managed rocks.
So he's going for a little tap this time, Brian. Move that red one off the forefoot, perhaps.
Just a little more weight. Has to play it a little bit tighter to the guard.
Weight's good.
Curl. 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 Curl.
Sneaks it past the guard. Tap, tap, tap. And red out the side door. That is very nicely done.
Yeah, get button.
Another example of what we were just talking about there, where every shot is available if you can throw it just right. And Brett found the exact right weight and a nice line call from Jocelyn to sneak it by the guard and basically hit that red on the nose, even though it was almost fully buried.
Really important shot here for Luke to get it's a chance for him to get one in there, which is hard to remove. But there's also a double in those reds at the back if he can't quite execute it.
A little pocket on the side of the button. He can definitely make this difficult on Brett and Jocelyn, but I don't think he'll ever be able to get shot rock out of it.
Line's tight. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Good.
Whoa.
Top tee.
Yep. Hard. 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 Go, go, go. Hard, hard, hard. Little bounce, little bounce. Okay, that's good. Pretty fine.
Just didn't quite have the weight. Otherwise, that was perfect with another foot of distance.
What do you think?
But decision time for Brett and Jocelyn here.
And he's got a corner just under that center there, Brian, so that's hard to get out of there right now from the outturn side.
Do you just throw this with like similar speed? Try to sit two?
I'm just worried that
it's
all where this is going. This 6 is hitting this first, not this one. They're almost at the same time.
Yeah, so how hard would you want to throw it then? You don't want this 2 to pop out too much.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried where this 8 goes. This 8 goes to here, it's shitty. Goes to here, that's probably like maybe one of the best spots, because then they could drive it into here or you know, get rid of a couple.
What do you like?
Foot more.
What?
Same weight.
Okay.
So Brett's just worried about where that top 4 red squirts out. If he plays the tap-tap, the red that's at the kind of 11 o'clock position on the forefoot is going to kick left as we're looking at it, and he's afraid that might give Marley something to come off and kind of take away what is a decent end brewing here. So he's playing the tap, but not with a lot of weight.
Okay.
Clean. Clean.
Weight's good.
Clean. Yep.
Little light.
Whoa. Sweep for speed if you need to. You're on 3/4.
Line looks pretty good, and the tap, tap, tap.
It's good. Okay.
And I would say that's about the best he could have done.
How much weight do you think?
Well, that's sort of staggered, which is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, just pop this out.
Yep.
Try and stay as close to here as you can.
Yep. So I want to hit. I'm trying to hit it like there.
It's never skinny onto the 2, to stick. Because they're going to have a hard time scoring 2.
That's really thin.
Okay.
So I think we want to hit like half, thick half.
Yep, okay.
With what kind of weight do you see?
Whatever you see, Marley.
I think like
You're
board.
throwing it.
Would
Board?
you like a little more?
Board?
Do you like a little more weight?
No, board's okay.
Okay.
I think you can take less ice.
Okay. Yeah. I'd do that back one probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3/4.
Spin's okay.
2/3. 60%.
It's always nice when the players talk it out in such detail, so we don't have to say a whole lot, but basically looking for a
Like if you ever
a
think
half
of
a
punch
rock
it
on
out,
the red, try to run it into the yellows on the
that's why
button
I
with
think
just board weight.
a little more ice than that, maybe.
Thought they might throw a little bit more because it is possible if you
yeah, once you got
catch those yellows just right, you might move them both off the button.
yeah.
But with board, that'll be difficult.
I was thinking the same thing. A little harder, a little thinner could potentially sit red a whole bunch.
nice.
Whoa, wait.
Little heavy.
Close, close, yeah. Whoa, whoa, close, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, Mom.
That was the spot to hit it. If you did that a little bit harder, both those yellows would have gone, but just with the softer weight,
Yeah, not much,
Yeah,
Josh.
exactly.
Okay.
Just
the
left
shot rock
through.
does, yeah,
Right?
shot rock
What?
doesn't quite go. So it
Straighter
is
now than when you threw it.
Yeah.
already one for Peterman and Glant, and Jocelyn's going to try to get a piece of the button for 2.
But yeah, probably a little bit.
Okay, still that 15-2, hey?
15.
You see so many of these draws made because they constantly play this, come around the center and fight over those squares on the button. So the degree of confidence that these curlers have in drawing a piece of the button has to be pretty high at this stage of the week,
Backing!
Yep, yep.
especially if you have a little backing to play with.
Room.
Backing!
Yep. Whoa. Yep, yep. Yes. Hard.
Great shot. Beauty.
And just like that, right to the pin, Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant put 2 back on the board. They're trailed by 1. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after that.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
Yeah. Or do you want me to take that?
Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant get 2 back and trail by 1 as we begin the third end.
Like a 14,
Powers
6,
and Saunders will have the hammer. Peter, obviously you're close to these two. How do you think they're feeling at this stage of the season? Obviously coming off Scotties and Briard, and Brett obviously looking forward to the World starting next week.
He's done a lot of curling. He's got a lot of curling in front of him. So it hasn't seemed to have affected him. He's played very well this week. Both of them have played very well, and they have so much experience at this discipline, and they're good at it. So I think when they get out there on the ice, they're ready to go every time.
Oh, turn, get to the inside.
Yeah, and for everybody who's not aware, these two won the mixed doubles trials earlier in this year, right at the start of the new year, and will represent Canada at the World Championships. And also at the Olympics should Canada qualify, which seems like it's likely going to happen.
All there.
Little bit of room.
hard.
Weights good. All
So-
there.
Yep.
Probably
Powers and
bumping it.
Saunders looking to play spoiler on this
Yep,
juggernaut
yep.
team.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Good.
Good
Shot.
sweep.
Did you get on that?
15.
Pretty nice surface, Brian. They're getting 15 seconds on those draws, hog to hog, and curling almost 5 feet. So
Yeah, it's been that way pretty much all week. Those draws right around that 15-second mark, plus or minus a half.
Line's good.
And just tons and tons of curl.
Little bump.
Over curly little. Hold the line.
Top button. G.
Oh. Okay. We're a shot now.
Yeah, I would start thinking this.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just playing that.
Yeah, you try and wedge it, right?
What?
You're trying to wedge it.
Okay. Yep. Top 4.
Say here last, Marley. A little less.
Luke Saunders going to play the in-turn draw, try to freeze basically on the red that's on the button, just a little bit buried behind the yellow guards.
Line's a little tight. Yep. Yep, line. Hard line.
Line only.
Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa. Line's
get it
tight.
by
Yep.
the yellow.
Yep. Whoa.
Line only.
Yep. 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 Whoa. 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 Good shot. Just nose. Like back 8.
What's that?
What?
Kind of weight.
Like back 12. You got 2 up front.
Yep. Yep.
Not quite the result that Luke Saunders was looking for. Needed to get those kind of overlapped and staggered a little bit. By chipping off the yellow gives Brett an opportunity to play the straight tap and maybe get rid of those back 2 reds to push them back further into the house.
yeah, he had nice weight, but just over curled half rock. Yeah. Would have been difficult to get out had he got it in where he wanted.
Clean.
Just through.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Curl. Hard curl, Brett. Hard curl. You're really rolling off.
But trying to carve it over.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Does move the reds back, but puts one in a really difficult spot,
Yeah.
wedged in between those 2 yellows.
It's that or this.
I know, eh?
Or this.
Yeah, less than ideal. It seemed to be in the ballpark of what he was trying to throw for weight, but just didn't get the curl on that one.
Looks pretty good too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like that's pretty hard.
Is it?
Well, I think it's the hardest shot. I feel like the double's the best result.
Pretty good.
Because I think if,
Don't talk yourself into it. Like, this is a good call.
yeah, I just think if we don't do it and leave them in overlap, they're probably going to, and then they're in
Come
there.
off their own?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably against a bunch.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. You don't have to. What weight? What weight?
I don't have to whip it, Marl.
Huh?
I don't have to whip it.
I know.
Nine and a half.
So Marley and Luke just thinking a couple of shots ahead that at some point, if they leave this yellow sitting on the edge of the 8-foot here, that either Brett or Jocelyn can use it to come off into that pile on the button, and it will be difficult to remove. So they're going to make that move first.
Huggy.
Sorry.
No worries.
A little thinner. My bad. It's a good throw.
Just over curled by a millimeter and hits the red before the yellow, and that would have made a big difference actually. I think it's the difference between sitting 1 and sitting 4.
Kind of protect ours.
It's not really protecting because it's glancing off ours. Like, I was thinking just getting one into there, but I don't mind your shot.
Like just freezing on the end.
It's just he's going to be lying. Oh no, we're going to be shot here, but it's going to be lonely. No, it's a good shot, I think.
Like dead on the nose?
Yeah. I'd love to move the red half inch.
Okay. You like that, broom?
What's the speed? 15?
Yeah. And he swept. A 15.
So Brett just trying to throw the freeze with a inch of tap on the top of the button.
Bit of room.
Yeah, it's pretty important that he gets this to the nose.
Line's good.
Trying to protect against a potential big end.
I think I'm a little light.
Curl if you can. 15-1.
Just gotta move it a little. That's good.
That's pretty well done.
Thought we'd sort of something like that. Try and touch this over a bit.
Yeah, and get one here so that maybe we could hit it.
The other shot is just that. Right? You know what I mean? Get rid of the 7, get rid of that. Hopefully this spins up. Sit
I
3.
don't know if the 7 will go.
It'll go. If I hit it into the 2.
Yeah.
Just like, it's just
Also, scoring is great.
a millimeter high. Yeah, I look, it's definitely, you're definitely going to be open. It's
Like
just
I
a
still have
millimeter
this
high.
draw and this little slash here for 2.
It's tough.
Right now, I don't know how they score. So.
Yeah, you're locked in.
Yeah.
Like we can't engage too much time. I do love this though.
Yeah. I
Okay,
like kind of rubbing and rolling a bit.
Sure.
But if we do that, then we're gonna unlock this. I think just top it here.
Yeah, pick your favorite.
We don't want to unlock this.
It's a bit tricky for Luke and Marley. They're only line 1, I believe, at the moment, and kind of don't want to lock it up too much where he can have a chance for 2.
Yeah, it's
Luke was looking
kind of
to
catch
open it.
20.
Luke was looking to open it up, but Marley was looking kind of as another setup rock here, I think. So they're on different page in that shot.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22. If you throw it hard and try to open something up, you might sacrifice the one that you're already guaranteed.
Yeah, you might leave Jocelyn an easy one. So right now, I think Brett and Jocelyn would be happy to give up 1.
Okay, it's not bad.
What do you see for her for 2?
They hit the 2, our yellow 2.
Yeah, so just guard that guy?
Well, or they target. I don't think they can get 2 tapping this. So.
I think so, hey?
Yeah, guard the.
With the out turn, or do I gotta take the in? I'm almost gotta guard the 8 too, like the outside of the 8. So here?
Yeah, I like that.
So I wanna be, do you like that broom, Brad?
Yeah, I think so.
Just show it to me.
So Jocelyn going to throw the guard, trying to protect the yellow-red-yellow combo on the left side of the screen as you're looking at it. I think good spot would be roughly in line with
slow out here.
the land in New Holland, somewhere between the LA, maybe LAN. Put it on
I can think of 15, or if that's too much.
that line covering the yellows. Otherwise, Marley could hit that yellow hard and potentially move both of them far enough to score a multiple.
I used all the line.
That's okay, it's good.
Those guards on ice that's curling this much are not always easy.
You're gonna have to
See,
curl.
Halfway.
Sometimes you got to take the other turn and let it over curl the center line to make it. But
Line's good.
Pretty high.
Curl it up.
Well, you got to leave it about now.
Whoa, whoa.
pretty well right in line with where you're saying, Brian.
Okay. Good try.
Yeah, maybe over curled by an inch, but
you want to hit the
she can chip her red in is probably the shot.
So probably like there with firm.
I wouldn't throw firm. I would throw just control.
Okay.
Hit a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
just trying to hit a sliver of the red at the, I don't know, what's that, 10 o'clock position, and just run it straight sideways, bounce it off the yellow. Potentially could be for 3.
Easy weight.
Yeah,
quarter.
it's edge on edge, like it's there, so.
Okay, if you want to throw board, you can throw board even.
But you just have to skinny that guard. Like I said, might have overcurled on the guard by just an inch.
Yeah, she can't see any of it from the hack, but with the curl that's there, definitely get to what she needs to hit.
Little push out.
That's where the back yellow jams on the back red.
Close, close, whoa. Curl, whoa, straight.
Really
straight.
just looking to hit a sliver of it.
Whoa, curl, curl, curl.
Oh.
And that was a sliver, but she needed a slightly larger sliver. So it's 1 red for sure. Oh, must have just been 1. Those got moved pretty quickly. We will have a break and be back in just a minute.
Hey, Canada, come on in to Montana's. When it's game night, there's no better place to cheer on the pros or celebrate your own wins or forget your sporting woes. Because when you're craving in-house smoked, fall-off-the-bone ribs, head to Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Every venue strives to create the ultimate fan experience, one that leaves audiences cheering for more. DDG and LG Display are here to help you make that vision a reality. LG delivers unsurpassed imaging with its world-class technology and exceptional support. With versatile multi-sport display systems and proven revenue-generating opportunities, DDG ensures to deliver the best seat in the house. Contact DDG today, always delivering the best fan experience.
It was, in fact, only a single for Powers and Saunders. That's what we thought, but Luke was having a second look at it when the rocks were kicked off. So
Okay, let's try to lock this on.
a little bit of doubt, but we were right all
Nice
along.
weight here. A little less than inside edge.
Yeah.
They looked at it quite a few times earlier in the end, so I think they probably had an idea. It was a well thrown rock by Marley. They just needed to help it curl just another inch, and
Weight's good.
probably would have had that second point.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Yeah, like I said, she had to hit a sliver, and she did, but
Line's good. Straight
Probably need to
a
push
slightly
this over.
larger sliver would have kicked it a bit more sideways in for at least a second, potentially a third point.
Curl, curl, curl. No bounce, no bounce, no bounce. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Here it's going to be a haircut.
Okay, what's that?
If I follow
I thought I
her,
drew that.
he swept that a little.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It bumped it a foot. 15?
15. No, Ad, I think you got to go.
Okay, I would have said heavy.
Okay, line's good.
Back 8. Back 8, back 12.
Curl, 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 curl.
Back 12.
Keep going.
Just a little extra weight from Jocelyn there, and that rock straightened out quite a bit.
A little less. Weight's good.
Curl. Just top button.
Ready to go.
15-7. Curl, 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 curl. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hard, hard, hard. Right over, right over, right over.
Take him out.
I almost got to try to move it.
What?
I think I have to try to move that.
I was thinking if you kept the angle. If you kept the angle, it was pretty good.
I think I got to move it because if I freeze that, it's.
Okay.
I guess.
Like back 8?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Just a little discussion if they liked the freeze or the tap. Brett definitely prefers the tap to get that off the top of the button.
A little less.
I think I agree with him at this point. You don't want to get snookered again by having a red locked in there with no way to access it.
And there is a bit of room to tap it back 4 and still have access to the button.
Back 12.
Curl. 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 Close. Whoa, hard. Hard. Hard.
Woo.
Good shot.
Good.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Little moment of panic there from Jocelyn. That as soon as Brett got on the curl side, it warped right over and just sneaks it past the guard.
But it's kind of dangerous.
Comes right up to the nose and pushes the red way back behind the tee line, creating a lot of room to score.
You get these top sweepers on the curling side, and sometimes it can surprise you how much the rock will start curling. So line callers have to be aware of that.
Lines. Yep, line. Hard line. Gotta go.
Think of the corner freeze.
Yep, hard line.
You might corner the top.
Okay. Well, yeah, straight. Okay, nice shot.
Yeah, going back to that previous one, I do have a little bit of a pet peeve of people sweeping to try to make it curl only to panic and miss it because they over curled it. There were a lot of years where you could just let a rock curl and it would do what you wanted it to, but now I think people maybe get a little too excited to try to make it go and then miss it on the opposite side.
Get me out in the curl.
What?
I think we'll get a little more out here.
The technique on that's very important, Brian. Some people are really just making the rock go further because their technique's not great, so they can hurt it more than they think they're helping it. So it's an art for sure.
Line's good. Stay down if you can.
Yeah, it seems that especially the international teams, a lot of them have their own ideas about how to most effectively carve a rock, whether it's long, slow strokes or the angle of attack, how you knife it. But a lot of the top teams will spend a lot of time practicing and experimenting, and they know what they think works.
Well, it's such a big part of the game that these teams are doing, just like you said, they're spending hours practicing and testing and figuring out the best ways to make more shots. Brett would have liked that down a little bit higher.
Yeah, just that little bit behind the tee line leaves Luke Saunders a bit of room to try to drop another red draw in there.
Okay, line's good.
I thought it was good.
Line's good. Line, yep. Hard line. Hard. Okay. Good sweep.
Wait, 3 or just 2? Just 2.
Just 2. We kind of have.
Looks like that was just a little bit light. Ended up over curling by an inch.
To sit 3, do you guard that
Bit of a bullet dodged for Brett and Jocelyn.
Left it in a very dangerous spot for Brett and Jocelyn.
I could bump it. I could bump it. I could nose it and sit 3.
That's what I'm saying. And then your shooter takes this away.
No, Joss. No. I'm saying this. Hack weight on the nose, or a hair low, or back lawn, like easy hack. This won't take that away.
Your shooter won't be enough in front of the 6.
No.
Okay, what do you like then?
Let's. I think we play it. It's the right shot.
What? The hack? Or the
I think
guard?
so. Yeah.
Hack on the nose? You threw some back liners here. Do you like that for hack?
Yeah.
So Brett looking for about hack weight on nose or just a little bit across the face, a little bit low. He's okay chipping his back yellow because there's backing on that one. And maybe gets an inch of roll to cover a piece of the other red.
Those would be very good result in this.
Touch it. Good there.
Great
And
job.
just like he drew it up, nose or a sliver off, picks the backing on the way by.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can be here too.
Mm-hmm. So.
Really well swept.
No easy shot, but there is a way to get in there with the intern draw, I think.
Yeah. No, you gotta take ice. Not dramatic, but.
Maybe not. That Brett's shooter stayed in a really good spot to make this draw extra tough.
Yeah, this is very precise. I think it is there, Brian, maybe to get number 2. Maybe. At the risk of
I can't ever throw the out
giving
turn,
up 4, though.
What's that?
I said I can't ever throw the out turn. I don't think it's.
You could probably get shot
I mean,
with
if you
the
ever
out
get the
turn,
sand,
but
great.
Oh yeah.
Like everything's long.
Yeah, I'm surprised, a little surprised. The out turn freeze looks very doable, and you'd be number 2
Okay,
at the
you're looking
worst.
for like a 14 and a half.
Okay. So like a 410.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
Seen a lot down this path this end so far, but this is a little bit wider.
Weight's good.
Like
Weight's
I don't
good.
think it's heavy.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Line only.
Whoa.
Weight's good.
Yep.
it is way out there, but this will curl all the way back in.
Room. Curl. 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 Hard. Curl.
Fabulous shot by Marley Powers.
What a shot from Marley Powers there.
I don't know if I can.
Here we see this.
This thing just goes sideways and
Or do I need some curl?
sneaks it past the guard right to the side of the button and sits shot rock.
That's what you can see. Kind of like a 10.
Yeah. Do you like middle of that yellow with the 10?
There's a sliver of yellow exposed here that if Jocelyn can catch it, it'll go directly on that one Marley just threw. So not an easy shot, but
Yeah, that guard is in the way. It's not just the sliver behind the red that you can see, but that guard just at the top of the screen also is a factor, I think.
yeah, she can just see a sliver beyond that from her hack.
Don't have much.
You need basically all you can hit of it.
Yeah, I won't be super sharp with it, okay?
Throw it good.
So Jocelyn just trying to hit that inch that's poking out the side. Last rock of the 4th.
Hard.
Wait,
Hard.
It's in the ballpark.
Brett on the big sweep. Try to keep it straight, just rubs the guard, and that will be a steal after a huge draw from Marley Powers. They will extend their lead It is now 5-2. As we go to halftime, we're going to take a 5-minute break or so while players refresh themselves. We'll be back on the other side with the second half of this playoff matchup.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
This is a message from the Payzants, from the Ho family, from Sophie and Philippe, the Kurzaks, the Bushers, and the Flanagans. This is a message from over 1,000 family-owned home hardware stores, serving communities across Canada for over 60 years. Whatever your project is, we're here for you to help you build your dreams and build a brighter future together for the place we all call home. We're proud to be locally owned and genuinely Canadian.
The Canadian Curling Trials. A thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, we take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
Every venue strives to create the ultimate fan experience, one that leaves audiences cheering for more. DDG and LG Display are here to help you make that vision a reality. LG delivers unsurpassed imaging with its world-class technology and exceptional support. With versatile multi-sport display systems and proven revenue-generating opportunities, DDG ensures to deliver the best seat in the house. Contact DDG today, always delivering the best fan experience.
Oh no, I threw them the other way.
Did you?
Yeah, we threw them on that.
It looked like Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant were getting something going in that fourth end, but that woman right there, Marley Powers, with an absolute pistol of a draw, takes it away and sets up the steal. They lead 5-2 halfway through this round of 16 matchup. With the play into the quarterfinals. I never know what to call this one. It would be like a 16th final, but there's only 4 games going on because it's the top 12 that qualify, not the top 16. So the play into the quarterfinals round.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Curl, curl,
Regardless, Powers and Saunders lead.
Curl.
And the power play is in action here for Brett and Joss.
That was a fabulous shot by Marley to get them out of trouble at last end. And
So just that broom head on this side, you think?
Yep. 15?
Yeah.
Peter, we've seen the power play used in a couple of different ways. What do you think Brett and Jocelyn are trying to accomplish with this one?
Well, it's I've seen it a lot this week too, Brian, where in the past, most teams will leave it till 6th, 7th end.
Maybe.
Seeing it used a little bit earlier in games now.
Line's good. It's moving. Stay close.
But they're definitely trying to get around this corner and try to set up a 3.
Hard line.
Generally risk-free.
In one of our feature games yesterday, we actually saw it called, I think it was in about the 3rd end. It was the earliest I think I'd ever seen a power play used.
Then there'll be a double.
Yeah, no, I like this. They're just sinking around anyway. Yeah.
Used to see it earlier in the game if the game was becoming a bit of a blowout or somebody was down a lot early. But seeing it now, even with 2-point deficits, I saw it yesterday, I think 3rd or 4th end. Might as well use it.
Okay, weight felt good.
Line's good.
Weight's good. A little light.
Line's good. Line's good. Curl
Weight's
if you
good.
can. Curl if you can. 15 and a half. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To my broom, to my broom. Make it good. Go, go, go.
You don't want it fully buried, eh?
That's pretty good.
You don't want it fully buried.
Shot.
Can you get
That's fully buried.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think he says you don't want it fully buried because the straight back yellow-red combination would stick and be buried.
I would double it.
Whereas if you poke out a little bit, he's got to chase it from one side or the other.
That does have all is yellow plus a couple inches, so it's nose hit.
He's not throwing big weight at it. Maybe just a nice control that they can kind of manage with the brooms.
Yeah, the plan B would to save the shooter. It's got a curl though.
Get the back one for fun. Well, it touches it.
Nose.
Need more weight, and he's losing one of those yellows, so. Pretty good
I think
result.
if that curls up just another inch, it's perfect. But the way that raised stone rolled open, it's actually kind of bad news for Jocelyn and Brett.
It's close to being double attempt. Close to being lined up to the back red, Brian. Just not sure how that's going to go, but
Whoa.
let's see in a second.
Great shot.
No, it's a good shot.
Just misses the back red, just scoots it over the top. Brett will take on the draw to the middle 8-foot with the outturn.
The hard part about these power plays, Brian, quite often is everything's going into the middle every end, and then all of a sudden you're drawn to the side and you're going down different paths and trying to guess the speed.
T-line, back 4. How's line?
Line's good. Just gotta sit.
Heavy.
Oh, I could have got you that.
Toppy.
They could have been sweeping to use the red as backing is what Jocelyn was indicating, but I don't think either of them thought it had that much weight, and that might just go back to what you were talking about. We're just playing tracks that they haven't seen all game.
Yeah, you saw Jocelyn's first one come up a little short, rub the guard, and then Brett now basically back 12, so not the accuracy you've been seeing the whole game.
Felt good.
Line's good.
Feels good.
Line's good. Not
good.
curling yet. Room. Curl.
Weight's good.
Curl. Line's good. Distance. Distance. Bite the 8. Bite the 8. Keep going. Nice shot. Ooh, that really curled.
Another well-placed stone.
Sorry here, Brett.
was thinking, like, I need more, I think.
Brett's going to take on that draw again. Just try to make the adjustment with a little bit less weight. See if they can still manufacture a deuce out of this.
Weight's good.
Need help?
Just doesn't have the legs. A little overcompensation from Brett on that one.
I think it's middle. That looks like a ton.
Okay.
Like I did curl it over there.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think at this point already you could say mission accomplished for Powers and Saunders. There's an absolute force on the table, and Marley's just going to try to make it even more difficult for
It's pretty close.
Brett and Jocelyn to score by closing off that scoring area a bit more.
Unless there's anywhere we can put it that's more annoying for her.
No, I
Just
like
stand
this.
up, stand up, stand up. I want to talk. We're ahead of them.
Yeah,
But like if you go like full 12-foot open,
Yeah.
we're sitting 2.
Yeah,
And
bite
she's
the
just gonna
8.
throw this draw.
Okay, and then if I'm open, I'm open. She still has to make the hit. It's not easy. So, okay, I like it. Let's just go edge of 8 and see where I end up. Throw for
Yeah.
top 8.
No, I don't want to see where you end up. I think you need to be biting 12-foot, like full 12.
Biting 8.
Biting 8, exactly. Yeah.
I like Luke's comment there. Let's not wing it. Let's have a specific plan in mind about where we want to put this. So they've opted for just biting the 8-foot, I think somewhere near the center line, to try to make this draw just a little bit more complicated for Jocelyn.
Curling now.
Yeah, there's no major benefit in burying this one.
Actually, it might bury if you
trying to draw to the
carve it.
button as it is, so.
Above tee though. Keep going.
It is a little bit extra weight, and
Okay.
it will end up half buried, but behind the tee line. But now the scoring area is just that 4-foot circle.
I think you take the button path. Like, I don't really want you taking that.
So not exactly what they called, but a fairly effective way to make the scoring area smaller and make Jocelyn's draw a lot more particular.
I'm first in this line, but do you still think a 15 at the edge of 8 is good?
I think it's going to be like a 14-7, Joss, don't you? 14-6? Down here in a
So
while.
not the shot you want to be throwing with your last rock of the power play, but definitely an opportunity to put a point on the board for Jocelyn Peterman. Just needs a good chunk of the 4-foot.
Spot there.
Yep.
Don't clean it.
A bit of a rough end execution-wise, Brian, but really important that you score here and at least live to fight another day, another end.
Yeah, I think it comes down to what you were saying about just new paths and not being able to dial in that draw weight as specifically as Marley and Luke were able to. This one's still sliding, but it looks like it'll hang on. Just kisses the backing. So, as you say, Jocelyn and Brett live to fight another day. Still trail by 2 with 3 ends to play. We'll be back after a break.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
This is a message from the Payzants, from the Ho family, from Sophie and Philippe, the Kurzaks, the Bushers, and the Flanagans. This is a message from over 1,000 family-owned home hardware stores. serving communities across Canada for over 60 years. Whatever your project is, we're here for you to help you build your dreams and build a brighter future together for the place we all call home. We're proud to be locally owned and genuinely Canadian.
Jocelyn Peterman finds the 4-foot with her last draw of the 5th, but Peterman Gallant still trailing by 2 going into the 6th, now without the hammer. Just Luke and Marley were that much more dialed in with the draw weight in that previous end, and just placed their rocks a little bit better. And that's all there kind of was to it.
It's just we gotta buy into where they've swept.
Yeah. 15 for top button here.
Yeah. First one down, it's like a 14-7, and I like that broom or 2 extra.
Momentum-wise, it may feel like Saunders and Powers have the advantage, but as we keep saying in mixed doubles, a 2-point lead really doesn't mean all that much, especially with 3 ends to play.
Yeah, there's generally lots of stolen points on the scoreboards
Coming down, back, still back.
in this format, but you know, there is a bit of pressure on Jocelyn and Brett to execute a little better than they've been doing.
13-8, Marley.
Huh?
13-8 for back 8.
Yeah.
Top button.
Yeah.
Felt a little heavy.
I felt good, yeah. Feels good.
Mine's good.
Weight's good.
Not curling yet.
Weight's
Room.
good. Heavy.
Room. Curl. 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 Card curl. Card curl. Card curl. Go. Go. Go.
Okay, Marley.
Or do you just want a dead freeze?
Okay.
And so often those first few shots of the end really kind of dictate how it's going to unfold. So Joss being a little heavy and bouncing off, and then Marley making the tap. This is an important one for Brett to try to swing the advantage back in their court.
Yeah, you know Luke is going to start hitting
Weight's pretty good.
right away with the 2-point lead and the hammer, so
Line's good.
he'd like to get a little wall created in the 4-foot, but a little bit more difficult now.
Yep.
Weight's there. Weight's good.
Okay.
Nicely placed by Brett, and as you predicted, the guard's going to get out of the way, and we'll probably see a few more big weight hits from Luke Saunders.
Yep. Clean. Nice throw.
They'll have to guard that a couple of times, Brian, and then decide what they want to do with Jocelyn's last.
Okay.
This is the rinse and repeat. You'll see the guard and the peel, and the guard and the peel. Unless the guard is not in the right spot, it can either be run back into the pile, or Luke might just take a run at the one on the button.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
A little short of that. Pretty close, actually.
Line's good.
Throw a little.
Heel.
Throw the in.
Clean. Yep. 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 Hard.
As predicted, the guard goes up and the guard goes away. And I think we'll see that probably one more time.
Line's good.
Weight's good. How's line?
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Finish it here. Yep. Yep. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. A little more. Good. Good.
And another well-placed guard from Brett.
Well, they're not going to make a play. They might guard it again. Yeah, just, I mean, take a breath. It's my shot, right?
Yeah.
So I can't do this.
So then they're going to throw another guard. They'll still be shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the nose.
So just a little bit of discussion, again, thinking a couple shots ahead. Luke's going to throw the peel again, and then it's up to Jocelyn and Brett to figure out what they want to do, which I would be surprised if it was just another straight guard.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Hard. Shooter, 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 shooter. Okay.
He definitely took away the intern path with that shooter there. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that may not seem like a big miss. The guard's out of the way and the shot rock has opened up. However, like you said, leaving the shooter in that line takes away what would have been an option to maybe get at the button.
Yeah, well-placed tight guard here.
I would prefer to show them half
really
on the center
close it
line
off.
side than to be dead perfectly guarding it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just for your line call, but I think that ice is good for that. Broom length, and it's 15 speed to tee, I think.
Yeah, you were throwing 17s.
Yep.
Which are pretty close to
I think that if that shooter hadn't stayed there, Jocelyn might be tempted to make some play on the rocks in the house to try to mix up the angles a little bit, but with that guard there, it's actually helping protect that side of the sheet. So Jocelyn's just going to throw a guard near the center line, but not quite up to it.
Just gotta sit then.
Yeah, if she can put it back where Brett's was, it was pretty well ideal, where they couldn't see the outside to pick it off the forefoot. So
just out.
Sit.
this one looks pretty good.
This needs to stop.
Yep, okay. Nice.
Again, may have over curled by just an inch. I think you can see
She definitely has a
the
sliver.
outside of that red yellow on the button.
Yeah.
Just be very careful not to accidentally double her reds out here.
I was just looking at the same thing. You can hit the top yellow, go up your one, no big deal. But if you ever just got the back, just missed it wide and got both reds moving, it could be for
Once
three.
you have a piece, just watch if I back it up, but nice calm line call. You got it.
Not sure how much weight she's
Clean
decided
throw.
on.
Marley Powers just looking to pick the yellow off the button. Pretty firm weight coming here.
Hard curl. Oh, Jesus.
This is sailing a little bit wide.
Okay.
She almost did it.
And she does move both the reds, but gets away with it. Only a steal of one. And Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant chipping away on Powers and Saunders. We'll be back with the 7th after a quick break.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
I think you make this a usable.
Almost disaster for Powers and Saunders, but they get away with missing the wide way and only a steal of one. But now with Hammer, they have elected to enforce their power play, which gets those rocks off the center line once again.
Yeah, it was a little bit risky. I'm not sure they even looked at the possibility of doubling their own out there, but as it turned out,
just leave it high.
Jocelyn and Brett are in steal mode here, so they'll be throwing up center guards.
And that is typically the move from the team that's trailing in the power play situation. If the team that called the power play is leading, then usually the other team will throw that center guard anyway and just try to bring play back to the center so they can fight over the real estate around the button.
Nice, Marley.
Liked it. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Just top four. Looks like lots.
Okay, weight's good.
Just top four, really curling.
Weight's good.
Just top four. Right to four. Oh. That's good.
Okay, Marley.
Good judge.
Sit.
Similar to last end, we'll see Brett trying to get one in there on the button, and Luke will start
I think I want to be right on that one.
dealing with the guard, I would say.
What did you get?
14-7.
Okay.
He didn't sweep it much.
You hear them talking about they didn't sweep it much, as Jocelyn said. It's just the ice is really sensitive to rocks going down the same path multiple times that are being swept. It can be quite a bit faster the second time, third time down.
Heavy.
Yeah, this seems to be really good sweeping ice where a good brusher can drag a rock probably another, improve it by half a second or maybe even a whole second if they pound it the whole way down. So 14-7 with no sweeping could probably get to the same place as a 15.5 with sweeping.
Oh, I think easily, yeah. Maybe even 16. Two, especially if you had two 200-pound guys working it.
Yeah. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Oh, Marley.
Nice throw.
So as you suggested, Luke Saunders back in peel mode.
Yeah, Brett would have loved to have had that frozen a little bit better on that red. So you can basically get it out either turn if the guard's not perfect.
All there. Weight's right there. Over curling, eh? Was it good? Right there.
Gotta sit. Gotta sit.
I think it's good.
Good spot.
So as a quick reminder, the winner of these games will move on into the quarterfinals, where the top seeds from each pool have already won their berth.
Yeah.
Winner of this game would take on Laura Walker and Kirk Myers.
Keep it there. Keep it there. Nice.
Kira Brunton and Jake Horgan in the number 1 spot, Walker and Myers in the number 2 spot, Jennifer Jones and Brent Lang in the number 3 spot, and Nancy Marketing and Steve Laycock in the 4th spot, all waiting for the winners of these games to advance into that quarterfinal round. Those games will take place tonight.
Weight's good.
I just want to get the time right. That'll be at 7 o'clock local, 6 p.m. Eastern for that quarterfinal round.
Yeah, Martin and Laycock's pool was interesting as they get the first place with a 5-2 record. It was a log jam.
Now, going into that last draw, there were 4 teams at 4-2 and 2 more at 3-3. So it was a logjam indeed. There were teams that snuck into the playoff round with that 4-3 record. I think the bottom 2 were at 4-3, even though there were probably another 4 or 5 with that record. It came down to the last shot draw scores. Way more critical than just trying to win the hammer these days. Those last shot draws, absolutely critical into breaking ties in this sort of event.
Yeah, with no tiebreakers basically at most events now. If they can't decide head-to-head who beat who, then it always comes down to the...
Or if it, if it just comes down, it's right here, it's not bad.
Similar to last time, Brian, where you're deciding whether to guard it again.
Yeah. What do you think?
Game on the line with guard's got to be perfect.
What's that?
Do you almost got to be a hair tighter for doing the guard, like bite the 12?
Not really. You kind of get on the right line. It's a tough shot.
What do you like?
I like the guard, I think.
Okay. You were here.
Okay.
And you were throwing like 16 fours.
I was not sweeping them.
No. So
I think the speed's the same as the other side was.
Couple feet out is the ideal depth, hey?
Yep.
So Jocelyn looking to put the guard back one more time.
Yes.
Show maybe just the left side of the yellow as we're looking at it and make Marley chase with maybe a soft weight hit.
Just a hair.
That's light.
No, it's not. How's line?
Line's good.
Looks a little tight to me. Top 12.
Line's good.
Looks like we're over curling.
Slightly tighter line than Brett's was.
Gotta sit. Gotta sit.
They can go a little bit across the line, but not too far. Has to stop there.
Wait.
And maybe that might have overcurled to give Marley the chance to get close to the nose of that.
Gotta get pretty close to the nose. Well, it's gonna spin with boards.
Yeah. Where do you see the broom?
Definitely there, Brian. Just a matter of matching the right way with the curl. You have to be relatively close to the guard so he's going to touch the red likely.
Let me just see how much I can see.
And just as we said earlier in the game, those guards, as they lose steam, start to go sideways. And Jocelyn's rock just over curled by 3 inches. Otherwise, this is a really difficult shot.
Yeah, it had to be perfect to not give her something. If you show her the other turn, then it'd be much easier for Marley to kind of poke it out to 3. This is not easy, but it is doable.
I'm surprised she's throwing as much as board weight. I just thought it would be an easier shot to manage with, a backline or a hack to get that extra curl once you're past the guard.
You got it, Merrill. Nice tulip.
She's hoping that if she gets by the guard close with a bit of weight, it might bounce off the red and spin the yellow a little further than she would otherwise.
That's good.
Clean.
Last rock in the 7th coming from Marley Powers.
Yep.
Looking to chip this yellow off the button.
Hard.
Stick around for a couple.
Curl. Hard on the yellow.
Past the guard.
Go.
Onto the yellow. Does it spin far enough? And it spins far enough for 1. So 2-point lead going into the 8th end for Saunders and Powers. Peterman and Gallant will have the hammer, and we'll be back for the 8th in just a minute.
Days Inn makes every winning moment even more epic. Staying nearby gets you close to what matters most, right from let's go to OMG whoa. No matter why you're traveling, we have what you need to make every day even sweeter. Because when you stay closer, like me,
And me.
it makes every day brighter. Seize the days at over 1,500 locations. Days Inn, a trusted brand by Wyndham.
The Canadian Curling Trials. The thing we cried for, fought for, thrown 1,000 rocks for. The podium, just out of reach. But we can almost taste the gold medals in our teeth. Defiant, we take down giants with nothing but the stones in our hands. And in the stands, they wait and see who among us will earn the right to wear the maple leaf.
A missed opportunity there, maybe from Marley Powers. Just couldn't spin the yellow opponent rock far enough. Still manages to stick around for 1. However, now down 2 with playing the 8th for Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant. Suddenly changes the momentum of this one.
Still needs to curl.
Weight's good.
Curl if you can.
Yeah, she had a little bit of room going by the guard there, Brian, as well. If she had to get by closer, it certainly was there for 2 or 3 points. Would have finished this game off, but it's not over yet, I guess.
You're looking for a 15?
Yep. 14,
and you want to be dead on the nose of that?
Yes, 14-7 right in the nose. Weight's close.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Where are ya?
T-line.
Line's good.
Maybe a little bump.
Whoa, whoa then.
Weight's pretty good.
Room.
6-inch bump.
Got a curl.
It's good. Beauty. Great shot.
Well placed by Jocelyn. If you were curious to see who was winning those other games on sheets A, B, and D, you can tune into curling.ca/scoreboard.
Curl, get to the inside.
Sheet A, we've got a tie game. On B, Melissa Adams and Alex Robichaud have finished that one off with an 11-4 win over Ford and Campbell from Ontario. And Kadriana and Colton Lott have taken down Papley and Van Amsterdam 10-4.
Yeah. I think I like the intern.
They will advance to the quarterfinals. Sluchinski and Sluchinski tied with Riley and Mullen at 6-6. They are also playing the 8th.
Little less.
And then, of course, our feature game here, Peterman and Gallant trail by 2, playing the 8th end.
Back 4.
Clean. Clean, yeah. Yes.
Back 8.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Back 4.
Whoa. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Good call, Joss.
Couple of beauties there by Peterman and Gallant to start this end off.
Yep.
We've said it a few times this week that the good mixed doubles teams, you can really tell that their communication is on a level higher than the average competition. Even just on that one, the weight calls and the line calls back and forth really helped manage that rock right to the perfect spot.
It's a big, big part of it. It's only 2 people out there instead of the usual 4. The thrower's typically the sweeper, and
Weight's good.
Whoa. Where?
Good.
Okay, clean.
important
Line's
for
good.
teams to work on
Line's
it,
good.
get good at it.
Straight. Straight. Hard.
I do have to ask one question. We'll wait till the end of this rock, and then I got a question for you. I got to ask while I still got you on the air.
Curl. Snug in there. Great job.
Really nicely placed there by
What's up?
Luke Saunders.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Yeah, easy peel though.
Okay.
Big shot here for Brett Gallant. There's a beauty by Luke getting it in there. Trying to pick it out.
Whoa, curl. Curl.
Maybe just a little inside out set, trying to make it curl.
It's great.
With 2 shots to come, I think you're going to need both of them to unlock that red.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah. Guard's okay.
So my question was going to be, since we are in the Turk Gallant arena and we are watching Brett Gallant and I'm talking to Peter Gallant, I'm curious if there's any family connection.
Make your call.
With Brett and I and Turk?
Yep. Any distant relative?
They say all Gallants are related on PEI. I'm not sure.
So sit in there.
Kind of pick and choose which ones you're related to. But no, we're not directly related.
Nothing that's well documented anyway, right?
No.
Oh. Been staring at that all week and wondering, so thank you for clearing it up. Anyway,
Sure.
Luke Saunders with a chance to lock another red in the pile, making life difficult on Peterman Gallant.
Okay, just top 4, top 8.
Weight's good.
Whoa, room. No, room. Where?
Yeah, like you said, Brian's going to take a couple of rocks to get that
Needs to
red off the button
work it
now.
in the
So
pocket.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
Sit, Marlon.
it's probably not where he wanted that.
I think right on the nose.
Gets that in the nose,
Well,
the
I
red's
think-
going off the pin and the shooter stays, and be one lone red in there.
Normal? Well, I gotta get in there, I guess.
Yeah, I think Brett's licking his lips on this one. He can fire a missile in here and definitely get
Like
that
a hard 10,
unlockable red going out the side door.
whatever that is.
I think the red that Luke just threw is not going anywhere.
This is where you threw.
It needs enough weight
Yeah.
to get the red off the pin out into the 8-foot somewhere, and ideally leave the shooter frozen on the red that he's going to hit. And,
Yeah, if he really just wants to stick this right on the nose, but that should be enough kick to get the other red out the side. Not throwing a ton of weight.
talking about throwing 10 seconds, and the last one was more like 7 seconds, so it's close. Would have liked a little more weight than that, but he had to get a little curl as well.
Timeout.
Timeout called, so we'll get an appearance from 6-time Scotties champ Colleen Jones. He's been sitting on the coach's bench all week. And happens to be Luke Saunders' mother. And there she is.
Yeah, like if we come this way and go
Played
here.
against many games against Luke's father back in the day, Scott Saunders. Great curler in
So the guard,
our day.
the guards, or the tap, right?
And the other coach who we haven't seen much of, Brett and Jocelyn, have Laney Peters, who's one of Colleen Jones's old teammates on their bench.
The shot for 2 is the draw, so you could just guard it on the end.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't mind giving them 2, really. You don't want to give them, find a way to give them 3.
Yeah,
so if you
I
pop
don't.
that, what do you think they do?
I mean, this I don't know how they get to.
The guard, I don't know really how they get 2.
Okay.
What if you guard it? How do they get 2?
What about this? How does that look there onto the 6th rock?
They could
pin?
crotch this. I guess.
This will still be shot.
Still shot. Okay,
Yeah.
then I think it's the guard, guys.
Yeah.
They could crotch the run.
I think it might be the guard.
Okay.
Give them the hardest shot possible.
Do you think we play the out turn across?
No, I think the in. I think you've seen.
It's hard to get here with the in turn.
Okay, then throw the out. I don't know where the broom is for the out, but
Like, well, but the thing is, we want to be like here.
Right.
Well,
Still
you
a
just need to
decent
be on the
setup
line,
for
right?
Luke
Yeah,
and
right
Marley.
here.
It doesn't have to be
Perfect.
tight. Like,
Yeah, not a ton of great options for Brett and Jocelyn. Just by not removing that second red. Like I said, if we had thrown it a little bit harder,
why can't you get there with the
that red would have kicked out the
Because we'd
side.
be
But
hitting
by
the
that
guard.
one hanging around, it really makes it difficult to look at 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think
maybe making sure there's no hole.
Yeah.
the guard's probably the call, and because right now I think Jocelyn would
Can't
have
see
to
the
draw
ball,
down to that
so-
side red one and get a bite of the button to score the second point.
Do you like the in or the out?
Just be decisive. Just be
I like the
decisive.
in.
Okay, in, positive.
Yeah, edge.
And watch me early.
Yeah, nice and tight.
You might have to see one of these guards come sailing back in, and a little bit of a hit and hope shot if they get this guard on right.
Path, broom down. Keep it out there. Keep it out there.
Sweet
Keep it
skid.
out there. Keep it out there.
A little high.
On the end.
We have
On
seen
the
these
end.
wide ones
Straight
curl
always.
back in almost more than
No, 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 no.
the narrow
no,
ones.
No,
They
no,
could
no,
swooping
no.
in
Sit.
off the wall.
Sit, 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 sit,
I
sit.
remember Marley's shot in the fourth end that swooped into the
Well,
forefoot.
this is for the win.
I'm not convinced it catches it. Time out. Time out. I'm not 100% convinced it touches this. Just so you know.
You think it comes back
If you're running
to
one back, you're running this one back now, I think.
get more action pulling that way?
I just think we know this is here. This is here if you want it. I think it is there.
So you're seeing it with this guy?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
In turn?
Hair high.
Just a hair high?
Yeah.
Is it for the win or is the shooter?
It's for the win.
Okay. So that's the only way we play it, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
How are we doing there for time?
a minute left. I mean, like, yeah. I still think we can win the game making this too. So
Yeah.
whatever. Let's play it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to play the draw?
No, I like this. You think
Teal?
right here.
Yeah.
Just a sliver high, eh?
Yeah.
So this one could be the game winner, but it is precise. Their long run back off to the side of the yellow on the top of the button,
Guys, can
hoping
I see the
for a
time
kick.
clock? Luke, can I see our time clock? Guys?
So the long red into the top of the yellow and the top of the button, maybe hit half of it and try to spill that yellow on the top of the button to remove both reds. So they keep saying if they do it just right, it could be for the win. Almost a nose hit, just a sliver high. Last rock and 8 coming from Jocelyn, looking for a miracle.
Close. Yeah. Close. Yeah.
It's close.
Has to hit it a millimeter off the nose.
She
It's
did
close.
it. Oh, it didn't go.
Oh my goodness.
She hit it exactly where she wanted to, Brian, but they just weren't 100% sure the yellow would spin over towards the red, and as it turns out, it wouldn't.
Almost an absolute brilliant shot. Missed it by a millimeter, but that means Marley Power and Luke Saunders move on to the quarterfinals. Those will be at 7 o'clock local, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have that for you right here on Curling Canada's YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Peter Gallant, and thank you, IKS Live, for another stellar production. My name's Brian Chick, and we will see you later tonight.